We've told you about the violent drug war raging in Mexico, but those same drug cartels are also setting up shop in the heart of the South. The feds say Atlanta is the hot spot for drug cartel activity. And while the city's only seen a fraction of the violence that has engulfed Mexico to this point, authorities are getting increasingly worried about the situation there. Joining us now on the phone, Drug Enforcement Administration spokesman Rusty Payne. Rusty, why Atlanta?
Atlanta's the new gateway. I think one of the reasons that we think is that the explosive Hispanic growth in Atlanta, and these folks are able to sort of blend in and be part of the population.
Yeah, but it would seem that, you know, someplace in South Texas or something might be more conducive to their operations.
It's been attractive for a lot of different reasons, but it's become the epicenter for a lot of reasons. You can take drugs north up into the Mid-Atlantic corridor. You can go west towards Texas and the Gulf states, or you can kind of head to the northeast. It's kind of become a little bit of an epicenter for drug activity, even though it's not physically located in the epicenter.
So does it become a way station for the drugs? I mean, they're moving their product through Atlanta and hence the violence?
Absolutely.
All right, now, what kind of violence are we talking about? I mean, you know, we've heard about 6,000 people being killed in some of the border cities in Mexico over the last year in this drug war. Is that potentially the kind of thing we're looking at in Atlanta down the road?
It's something that we should definitely be concerned about. We haven't seen that kind of activity yet in the United States. I think the best way was a local law enforcement official who said the same people that are rolling heads in the streets of Juarez are operating in the Atlanta area. They're just better behaved here in the United States. You know, it's not good business in the United States to do that kind of thing. It's that they found, and so you know they're not gonna test law enforcement in the United States right now.
Yeah, one of the questions we had yesterday is that authorities in Texas are concerned that they might lack the firepower to take on some of these organized drug gangs the way the Mexican Federal Police and the Mexican Army is trying to take them on in Mexico. What about in Atlanta? What's the situation there with regards to, you know, just police equipment?
Well, we feel like we have the resources necessary. We've got cooperation with Mexican officials that we've never had before, thanks to the Calderon administration and their renewed fight against the cartels. And so we have a good relationship with Mexico in that we can kind of track and develop intelligence on these cartels both in Mexico and in the United States. And of course we're united here in the United States. We feel like we've had a lot of success. You know, over the last 2 years we've arrested, just in one case alone, over 750 people and denied about $1 billion or more of revenue to the cartels. So we feel like we have them on the run, both in the United States and Mexico. We just have to keep at it.
Yeah, I guess that's the question. I mean, if you know they're there, you just have to keep the pressure on?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's really what's happening in Mexico. Much of the violence is not only cartel on cartel violence in Mexico, but it's also they're feeling pushback from the government that they've never felt before. Law enforcement in Mexico, with coordination with the United States, is after these guys like never before, and they're finally feeling the heat thanks to the president's leadership down there.
Well, let's hope that they don't get the kind of foothold in Atlanta that they are seeing in other places south of the border. Rusty Payne from the Drug Enforcement Administration, thank you.
Thank you.